Dessert. There's two S's. Because you always want more of it. This is the way of the dork.
Welcome everybody to episode 54 of the Four Dorksmen podcast. I'm Nate, aka Angry Nate.
I'm Roll Gold, aka Tiny Twist.
There's nothing tiny about you. You can't lie to our listeners right off the bat.
I'm Collector Clint.
What is that, popcorn?
No, it's
literally Roll Gold,
pretzels.
Tiny Twist.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's your
Roll
pretzel
Gold's
bag.
Tiny Twist kids, apparently.
Anyway, guys, I am Agent Tony Stark. Hello.
Welcome everybody. We are the Four Dorksmen. I've already thrown off on everything based on intro.
You're welcome.
Couple of quick housekeeping things. Make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at _Dorksmen. You can always email us at dorksmen@gmail.com. Please continue to play Dorksmen Bingo at dorksmenbingo.com. Of course, as always, shout out to Andrew, who is starting a new podcast with his brother, Toy Rewind. So be on the lookout for that. Shout out to him for making.
We heard it starts this week, like in the middle of the week, they're going to release it. So
cool. Yeah.
Heads up.
Keep an ear out for that.
Literally.
So thank you for him for always updating the bingo card, building that for us, and having a good time with it. And of course, shout out to Larry from the STS guys and Totally Rad for the redirect and making it nice and easy for us to hit the dorksmanbingo.com link. One more shout out, Ryan. You did a giveaway, right? This past Friday on the Dorksmen game night. Yeah. Do you want to go for that and let everybody know who won and all that?
For sure, I can definitely do that. So big time shouts out to April, and I'm sorry, April, I can't remember your last name offhand right now, but she joined us for a Dorksmen game night, which we do on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/the_Dorksmen. And I know you guys won't see it on everything and you're listening, so I'll just describe to you. This is a silver chrome Freddy Funko, 1,000 pieces from Fun Days 2018. And so, April, this will be in the mail to you very shortly.
April Fools is maybe her screen name? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I think that's right.
April you fool.
Oh,
April you fool.
Yeah.
Okay. Or April Fool you.
I think it's you fool.
April you fool.
Yeah,
April you fool. Okay.
that's right. You got to shake your fist as you say it.
Yeah.
Yes, congrats. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I could have won that one and I didn't.
Why didn't you?
I didn't get picked. I entered.
Streamlabs voted not to choose Clint. That's what it is.
I'm sorry, Clint.
It's
Maybe one day you
You're
can
not
have mine.
sorry.
I'm not sorry. I actually have one of those. I actually got one in my box of fun that year. It's a really nice piece. So congrats again. Just one more quick thing before we get too far into our actual recording today. For members of our Funko community, as you may have seen recently, there has been some serious topics come up, which include the mistreatment and harassment of certain women and people in the community. And as a podcast, and we have a voice here, I want to say that to the victims, we hear you, we believe you, we support you. If you guys have any issue that you need to speak to anybody about, you can always hit one of us up. You can hit us up on the Twitter. We're here to support you and make sure that this kind of behavior isn't acceptable. Like, this is just straight up, we do not condone it. This is wrong. Absolutely. And we do not want anyone to ever feel uncomfortable in this community, because this is completely opposite of what collecting and just in general about being a human being is about. So we are going to make changes to certain things as we go, and we're going to make sure that we're very aware of people that are speaking out, and we're here to support you. So we just want to make sure that we get that out there and let you guys know that we do hear you.
100%. Well said.
Well said.
So moving on to our Ask the Dorksmen. So this week, it kind of ties into our topic. We're talking about food. I don't know why we're talking about food. It's just one of those things that I think Clint was hungry one night and was just like, hey, let's talk about food this week. And
That's exactly what
No. Clint initially asked, have we ever done a good episode?
that's true.
And
that's
Nate was
true.
like, no, they're all garbage. They've all been trash. He's like, no, it was food. It was supposed to be food, not good episode. But we feel you, Clint. We don't know if we've ever done a good episode either. So we'll try to do both a food and a good episode today.
I opened up a can of worms. I didn't mean to open at all.
I
But
hope you're not eating the can of worms.
right,
It's not like can of corn, Clint. Okay.
I've actually never had a can of corn either. But
Fun
Would
Day
you
21.
eat a can of worms for a proto?
Ooh.
depends on the proto.
Yeah. If it was
You
like a
could pick a
Hulk
proto.
Buster, or if they ever do
If I could,
like a 10-inch Iron Man, yes, I would eat a can of
If
worms.
you could
for it.
pick a proto, any proto from any piece that Funko has ever made
Oh hell yeah!
up to that point,
I would eat
you
two
eat a
cans
can
of
of
worms.
worms?
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! That's like me. That's like telling me I can get an 18-inch Retro Freddy or a 3-foot
You
Retro
could.
Freddy Proto. So hell yeah!
hey,
Definitely.
Brian Mariotti. I know you listen to the show regularly.
Friend of the show.
You're right here.
But you won't
Next year's fun days. Eat can of worms.
Can of
If
worms.
I
We
can
can just
pick
do it
the
for
proto,
virtual all day.
sure thing.
Virtual con. Yeah.
Sure thing.
But you won't eat vanilla ice cream and soy sauce. But
For
you'll
a proto?
chug
Hell
2
yeah.
cans. Yeah.
Hell yeah! All day.
All day.
I don't want this whole
Terms have to
episode to
be
be
right.
how far Ryan would go, but I am curious on the answer.
It's just like, what would you do for a Klondike bar except for a proto of your choice? That'd be a fun episode.
Yeah, it only took us 5 minutes to get off
Yeah,
topic again.
exactly.
Pretty cool.
So we do have a lot of questions this week. We may have answered these questions already, but we're gonna try to put a spin on it if it's possible. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So I know that I think Manny might have asked this before. We've answered this one already, but what was your favorite school cafeteria food? And he said he always loved the chicken sandwiches. I know we answered this one.
Yeah.
What is?
Yes, we did, because I remember
Yeah, I
my
think we
answer,
answered this
which
one.
I'm going to say it
Oh,
again.
my bad. I picked the questions, but I guess I just don't remember. I don't remember what my answer was. That's probably why.
I don't know if we answered the question as a question, if that makes sense, but I know we've talked about the topic. Because I know
fair.
I've talked about stop sign pizza before.
Stop sign pizza.
That's right. You have. I remember stop sign pizza.
With the orange cheese. So I don't know if anybody else's cafeteria was like that at school. And it was just one of the schools I went to. The, pre-done frozen pizzas that they made for us were like stop sign shaped. And the cheese was very orangish, but it was like my favorite thing that they served. And I looked forward to stop sign pizza day all the time. That, and I always enjoyed nuggets and stuff them inside the rolls that they would give you at school. I would always try to trade people whatever else was on the tray besides those two things for more rolls so I could make little mini chicken. I don't know if anybody's been to Chick-fil-A at breakfast with their chicken minis, but that's kind of what it's like. So it's just like you just hollow out the bun and you just stick the nugget in it.
I feel like there's
Delicious.
going to be a lot of talk today about food that I can't get out here. Like, for example, there's no Chick-fil-A in Hawaii.
See, I told McGuire that was wrong. He said that there was a Chick-fil-A in Hawaii. I said, I don't think there is.
Not
And he says,
yet. They're opening one. I just don't know when it's going to be open. It was supposed to have been open by now, but of course, COVID, right? Damn you, COVID.
Interesting.
I want my Chick-fil-A.
So I'm going to
I think what they should do. Sorry,
Go ahead.
go
Do you
ahead.
think no, after you. You think what they should do?
Is open up a restaurant that just served nostalgia cafeteria food, and they made you stand in line, and you just like go through and get a cafeteria tray and grab food. And just
y'all
but
not
it's
have-
all junky food?
Do y'all not have
It's all
restaurants
crappy
like
high
that?
school food.
Well,
Not
there
many
used
here,
to be,
no.
yeah.
We have
like
cafeterias
birds
like
stuff.
that around here. Like the one that's still open is called Piccadilly.
Oh yeah.
And that's literally what you do. Like you go grab a tray, just like you
Mhm.
would if you were, at school, and then you go down the line, and depending on which, I guess, meal number you choose, you can choose a certain, entree and a, appetizer and, your sides and all that stuff. And it's very school cafeteria-ish.
But it's not actually school cafeteria food.
Like
if it wouldn't be on that level.
It's along those
Wow,
lines.
really? Wow.
That's why I don't hardly ever go to them.
Fair enough.
It's not what I call quality eats.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything like that around here, really, but interesting. Anyway, I'm going to preface my answer by saying I hope to God my daughter eats so much better than I did when I was in school for school lunches. But my answer, middle school, I always loved getting a pretzel with and I use quotations of the cheese that you would dip it in, which God knows what it really was. And then I always wanted to get a bag of chili cheese Fritos. I remember that just being the best thing in middle school. And I'm like looking at that now and my stomach turns and my diabetes kicks in and everything else. So that's my answer, and I really hope Ava does better than I did.
Diabetes.
Oh,
Shout out to Wilford Brimley. He passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace, Wilford Brimley.
That joke was poorly timed. I'm sorry. I forgot.
It's okay. We forgive you, Clint. Ryan, I'm curious about like your high school lunches being out in the middle of the Pacific.
Yeah, at first I was trying to think of like, elementary school food because Joy mentioned the pizza and everything, which I think we had our fair share of that as well. But I mean, let's be honest, guys, who doesn't like pizza?
It's true.
Depending on the topic, I know pineapple obviously is a discussed topic all the time.
But the truth is with pizza, there's pizza and there's good pizza. There's really not bad pizza in traditional pizza sense.
I beg to differ. I would not want anything with anchovies on it.
Yes.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So, that to me would be bad
Toppings is
pizza.
a different thing.
Right, exactly.
Than the pizza itself.
Yeah. Oh, but we're talking about pineapple, and that is a topping. Anyway, we'll
get there.
Because even $1 Totino's pizza is pretty good. And I should know I have a couple a week usually for meal.
No, that's fair. That's fair. But for me, I think the one thing that stands out, it wasn't really cafeteria food per se, but it is something that I had probably like 3 times a week. Everybody else calls it like top ramen or whatever, but locally here, there's a special type of noodle dish that's called saimin, and I don't know how to get into it specifically. It's a different type of broth. I think we've spoken about it on the podcast previously. But anyway, I would have saimin for lunch like 3 days a week. And I would, as odd as it is, buy a bag of barbecue chips and throw it in there and eat it like that. I don't know why. It was just one of those things, and it stands out for me from high school. Also, probably because my mom gave me like $2 for lunch every day. And that was one of the only things I could get for like $1.25.
It's weird that you mentioned that. When I was in elementary school, a big snack that everybody brought was the, cheap 15-cent bag of, instant ramen, not in the cup, but in the bag. And depending on what flavor you get, like I still do it today every now and then. Like you open up, you crunch the noodles up, you open up the bag, you sprinkle the flavor in it, and you just eat them dry.
Yeah. Raw saimin. That's what we used to call it out here. We did the same thing.
Isn't there a name for that, for like kind of like prison food, or is just like, I'm sure like this what you've described is basically like prison commissary food is
that, and they would add cheese whiz to it.
And they'd make like
I swear there's a video on Facebook about all of that. There's like a big burly black guy saying, "Yeah, this is how we do it." Sorry, I'm sorry if that offended anybody. I was trying to be funny about it, but I realized I probably came off the wrong way, so I apologize.
I think for me, like, just even Ryan just mentioning that like his mom used to give him $2 for lunch is just how far have we come from being able to get something edible in like school or just anywhere for $2. Like I remember the chicken burgers used to be $2 at my high school cafeteria, and the cheeseburgers were $2.50. Like you can't get a burger for $2, and it was I really enjoyed them. Those are my favorite. Like those were definitely my go-tos. Was like the burgers. We never had pretzels. We never had like I think we rarely had pizza even.
Y'all not have concession?
We did, and we had a concession store, and all it did was just sell candy, like candy and pop and stuff, and that's all they
common.
had.
Well, that's basically what ours had too.
Yeah. But we never had the meals where it was like you get like potatoes and like a meatloaf or anything like that, like where you see like traditionally like on TV when like kids would eat at high school, they get like a tray of food and stuff. Like we never had that.
Really, that's weird.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel inclined to say something. Sorry, Nate. I feel inclined to say something here. The meatloaf. Sorry. I had to.
So y'all didn't get poutine at school?
No. You know what? I don't think I've ever had poutine in high school.
Yeah. Did you go to like an American high school in Canada? I mean, what's up with that?
I do remember though, like in elementary school, we did have like pizza day, and we had like fried chicken day and stuff, where they would do special orders to restaurants where you would like pay ahead and be like, I want this chicken meal today, and like everyone would get it, or we want pizza today, you get whatever pizza you got, and then we did that. So that was fun. Those were good days.
I remember one of my favorite things in high school, my senior year, I was in a very small group that had a class. It was like I can't remember the name of it, but it was like senior retreats. So like we would like kind of go with some of the other classes and just kind of talk to them about different stuff. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we were actually allowed to go off campus on those days for lunch because we had a closed campus other than that. And there was a place not far from where we took them for the retreat part called Portical. It's still open, or at least it was open in New Orleans several years ago. And their big thing was a burger with a baked potato was the side. Like that was their thing that they were known for. So we always got to, whenever we were doing the retreats, go off campus and send one of us off in the car to get the burger with the potato on the side. And it was like, that was the treat, like what you're talking about, that we looked forward to getting that. And every once in a while they would do gumbo, and every once in a while they would do crawfish boil. And so that was something to look forward to too.
Definitely didn't have crawfish boil up here.
Maybe a clam bake. I don't know what seafood y'all have up there in BC.
Lots of salmon.
There you go. Salmon's good.
No, I'm not fond of salmon.
You don't like salmon?
You don't like salmon? It's one of my favorite fish.
Yeah, same here.
Well, you got to remember, I think I've said this before, I didn't really like fish up until a few years ago.
You are like this anomaly of taste because you don't like the beach. You live in Hawaii. You're not a big seafood guy, and you're very Japanese.
I mean, if we want to talk about being like weirdly not Japanese,
right?
My wife cannot use chopsticks properly, and yeah, I'll just say that.
Obviously, that bothers you, man. Let it out.
It does. Actually, my dad's the same way. He doesn't. Okay, chopsticks in Japanese culture. I'm sorry, guys, to digress a little bit here, but you're not supposed to cross your chopsticks. It's considered what's called bachi, or like essentially bad luck. You don't do it. Right. But I don't know how my dad eats. I don't know how my wife eats, because they're crossing the chopsticks and they use it like a scissors. And of course, I know everybody that's listening can't see what I'm doing with my fingers here, but yeah. Anyway, it bothers me.
Yeah. I'm terrible with chopsticks, but that's another.
It's okay. You're Chinese. You're not Japanese, so I'm not going to get down.
Well, let's not go any further before we say something we regret here.
But, okay, I feel it's okay for me to say it from one Asian to another Asian, and they use different types of chopsticks in Chinese culture. The technique behind using it, I'm being overly specific, but it is different. Koreans also use different kind of chopsticks than Japanese people do. So there you go.
I don't think I knew that. I learned something new today. Okay.
Yes,
yeah, like Korean chopsticks are like, they're a bit flatter, I think, and they have they use metal chopsticks a lot of the times.
They're metal.
Those are incredibly difficult for me to use whenever I go have Korean food. I always have to ask for a fork because it's just honestly impossible for me.
Clint, to be clear, as far as I know it, Chinese chopsticks are usually square on one side, so the top would be square. They're all one. I don't even know how to describe. It's not like it comes to a tapered point like Japanese chopsticks do, so it's square on one side, round on the other.
Oh, I see.
But Chinese chopsticks are very difficult for me to use. So if I go to a Chinese restaurant, it's tough.
So you know what I'm gonna have to do after this? I'm gonna have to Google it.
You missed a few dings.
I saw you waiting for it. So
yeah,
you ding it twice. You got to ding it twice.
Is there any other culture specific food that uses a different utensil like that? Because I was sitting here trying to think, besides Asian culture using chopsticks, does anybody else use anything besides normal flat silverware or their hands to eat?
I'm sure
I can't think of anything.
I off the top of my head I can't eat it, but I'm sure there is. I have a feeling like well, it seems like seafood always requires things, like lobster. Hey, you got to crack it, or king crab, you got to crack it, kind of thing. I wonder if
that's not a necessity. Like I can eat lo mein with a fork just as much as I can eat it with chopsticks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Well, I eat it with a spoon next time. I dare you.
What about escargot? You need that special thing to get into there.
The little pork,
little clamp. I don't even know what it's called. I'm not.
Anyway,
I'm not into that culture.
I
don't eat snails
enough.
Yeah.
I can't even. Yeah. Let's go on. How about you,
let's
Nate?
move on.
Well, did you?
I already answered.
Oh, you did. Yes, right.
did.
That's how we got to the special. Okay, I got you.
But,
go on.
Manny, thank you for the question. I'm sure you've answered already.
Oh, he did. He just said the chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, he did answer it. Fuck.
Hello, McFly. Tack, 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 tack.
All over the place today. Yep. Anyways, we love you, Manny. Thank you. Let's move on down the list. Kelly would like to know, What is your dream fast food meal? I feel like we've answered this one already as well, but
Well, the thing about the question is it has specific portions. So the way I read it is that what is your favorite? What would you get from? What would your entree be? What would that be? What would your favorite fries be?
That's how I read it too.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Go take it away.
Do I get to go first again?
Well, it sounds like just because it sounds like you might have thought about it a little bit more than I did, at least.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I had a hard time with is, like, to me, there's several different levels of dining experiences, right? There's like fast food. You have your restaurants like Chili's or Applebee's where you sit down, you got to pay them a tip, and then you have your finer dining establishments. But there's like this like middle ground, like what I call counter dining, that's between fast food and like a sit down restaurant where you don't get waited on, right? You just go up to the counter but you still have to wait for your food, and somebody either usually calls it out or brings it up. So that's what I was kind of thinking along the lines of, because like with fast food, for instance, you don't have like really entree, appetizer. I mean, I guess you kind of do if you consider your sides maybe like that, and maybe you have a dessert. But like I was thinking more the lines of either counter food or like sit-down restaurants. I don't know how y'all were thinking about.
Well, the question specifically says fast food, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does say specific.
It does say fast food in specific. So I would rule out anywhere that you have to give a tip.
Right, but to your argument, I would say the counter ones count.
So I guess you could technically, but they're like one of my favorite salads is from Zaxby's. I don't know if y'all have a Zaxby's around there, but
so I'm laughing because I don't think salad would even come up on.
Yeah, salad.
well, y'all are talking about all the meals. Y'all are all the parts of the meal.
I just don't salad.
So your appetizer is a salad.
Oh, okay,
right.
But still,
or some restaurants you get salad and an appetizer. I don't know.
Right. Class this shit up. Let's go.
Cheese sticks is probably my favorite appetizer.
Oh,
cheese sticks from where though? As far as I don't know. I guess. Sonic has good jalapeno poppers.
There you go.
I don't know if you.
I was going to say, with cheese sticks, are they really that different depending where you get them? Because they're just fried mozzarella, which is delicious.
Well, it depends. But some places make them fresh there. Like they have the mozzarella,
like the frozen
they cut
ones,
it, batter it, and throw it in there, whereas they're not reheated. But again, I'm trying to think of fast food lines. So salad from Zaxby's, jalapeno poppers for my appetizers from Sonic. If we're talking about like my main meal from a fast food restaurant, that's
and by the way, I'm sure these change daily. I mean, I'm in
the
mood.
It really does.
Yeah.
It really does. I'd probably say the original spicy chicken sandwich at Popeyes, because they took it off the menu for a while for some reason, and the new one that's out now, it's okay, but it's not the same as the original one that they had.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't know if I've told this story before, but when I was in college, they had one right across the street from campus. And so, us being from New Orleans, like, we used to love, going to Popeyes because that's such a, big part of our culture down there. And so the chicken sandwich, whenever we went there to order it, there was usually this one guy working back there that whenever you ordered the chicken sandwich would just absolutely lose his mind in the kitchen. So we started making up stories like, oh, maybe they don't have a basket for it and he's got to hold it in the grease with his hand while it cooks or something like that. But he would flip sometimes we would go to I don't even want a chicken sandwich, but I'm going to order one anyway just because I want to see this guy just totally off on having to fix the chicken sandwich in the back. It was totally ridiculous. But yeah, the original one, they've changed it up some. So that's what I would say for my main entree. And then
did you ever find out why he got so upset?
No.
I really want to know, because it was probably something stupid like he hated the smell or something.
I don't know. Okay. I think Robert Stack did an episode of Unsolved Mysteries on it. And then for dessert,
I watch that.
I just like a good hot fudge sundae from Dairy Queen. I don't know what it is about Dairy Queen's ice cream, but I just think it's far and above better than any of the other fast food ice cream places. Although I tell you what, McDonald's for $1.29 for a sundae is not bad,
right,
at all. But I love going to Dairy Queen and just getting the $5 meal because it comes with a sundae already. It's a pretty good deal.
I hate to keep interrupting you, and I apologize for that, but Dairy Queen definitely does have a distinct flavor for theirs. I think you could give any of us a blind taste test and you'd be all, that's Dairy Queen soft serve.
Something about that, it's just creamier. It's borderline like custard, like frozen custard almost. Is
I believe
what
that's
it's closest to for me.
I haven't had
Interesting.
that in a while. I think we have like one Dairy Queen in Hawaii left.
Really?
And for my drink, I didn't put in the drink a root beer float from A&W.
Oh, that's a good choice.
I'm sad they closed down our A&W around here.
Yeah, I don't
We
think
used
they've
to
been
have
going
one.
well. I mean, there's that whole trivia fact that Americans didn't go for the 1/3 burger because they
Yep.
thought the quarter pounder was
Was
better
more
value,
meat, yeah.
which is 100% wrong. Even Nate
Uh,
knows that as he laughs. So
I did a math.
Math is hard.
He
Yeah.
mathed
but he did it.
I
He
did
did
a
it, and he
math.
did it right. So
I math today, Mom.
Yeah,
Joey,
exactly.
just because I'm curious, and I think Kelly is too, the way she kind of put this question. What about fries? Do you have a favorite place for fries?
If we're talking about fast food fries, I'd probably say, boy, I hate that Wendy's changed theirs because that used to be my favorite, but they
Okay.
changed their recipe here recently too. It's kind of hard to beat a good, fresh, properly cooked and salted batch of fries from McDonald's.
Mm.
But
The
only
only
then. You can't let them
The
cool
only
down.
the only thing that competes with it to me is the crinkly fries from Raising Cane's, which again I don't know if that's a place that y'all have. It started by a guy that was at LSU and he did it like as a business project,
Mhm.
and he just obviously
It
it
just
blew
blew
up
up.
because it's
Wow.
nationwide now. He was actually on an episode of Undercover Boss, one of the first ones. But anyway, but they've got a thing called cane sauce. Like every restaurant's got their kind of specialty sauce, and that just brings it to another level to me. So I'd say just the fry, McDonald's fry with the signature dipping sauce, probably Cane's.
You took a way more detail than I expected. And damn it, you set the bar way too high. But well done.
I'm
I
happy
was gonna
that
say-
there's some place in there that I'm like, yes, I can agree because we do have Raising Cane's in Hawaii now. And yes,
Do y'all really?
Yes, we have two.
I have, not a lie, made a meal out of just the fries and the Texas toast before. Not even gotten the chicken.
I can see that. That's legit.
And the
You-
sauce, right?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Now I want to drive over to Hawaii.
Just making sure I understood. I mean, I know it's good. It's funny. I think we have. I know of one. I know there's probably more, but one in Colorado that's here close by. And for those of you who don't know, Meg, who does our fun unboxings and Shutter unballings, does. She lives close by and says it's awesome. I haven't been able to go yet, but it's always got a line out the frickin' door, so it must be good.
It is. Yeah.
People and their fried chicken, right? All right, so I have to answer this question. I actually love Joey's answers, and fortunately, I don't think mine will be nearly as good. I'm trying to be at least semi-creative here. Kelly asks burger and entree. I'm trying to stay away from burger because I'm sure that'll come up even more as we talk more. But burgers are delicious, and I love them. Right now, what's popping in my head is: have you guys ever had Fuzzy's tacos?
Nope.
Doesn't
No.
sound familiar now.
Chad introduced me to him, another previous guest on the podcast too.
Another Colorado native too.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't think he's a native, but he lives there. Anyway,
That's true.
they have this really good shrimp taco, and I'm trying to remember what it's called, and I'm really craving that right now. So I got to go with the taco, especially after our discussion. It was the last week or 2 weeks about what's better, tacos or burritos. So I'll go with that. Drink. I'm not a big soda person, and there's some good sodas and stuff out there, but I do enjoy tea. And the first thing that popped in my head is Red Robin, but I don't think I count them as fast food, so I don't want to say them. What else?
Yeah, because I would have chose them for their steak fries if that was
Yeah.
an option.
Mm.
And the
And
fact
I-
that it's bottomless, that helps.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, right?
Definitely.
These fries suck. Give me more.
Yeah.
What's wrong with them? I don't know. I just want more fries.
Endless food is always better, just like free food is always better.
That's true. A&W root beer does sound. The root beer floats are definitely a good choice. But I'm trying to think of a good like raspberry iced tea that somebody makes. I really like that kind of stuff. But anyway, I'll come back to that. Fries or sides? Fries. There used to be this place called Lark Burger here in Colorado, and they had these awesome little fries. But as much as it pains me to say it, I might have to go Chick-fil-A's waffle fries. Or
Oh, man.
With some Polynesian sauce.
the Polynesian does not hurt at all. Absolutely agree.
I hate you guys right now talking about all this.
Well,
food.
I mean, but the last
Oh,
time and this is me taking a stand. Like I haven't had Chick-fil-A in 5-6 years, so
Okay, I don't feel as
that
bad
pain-
now. Thank you, Clint.
that pained me to say that, to be honest. Extra. What do I want for extra here? You know what I'm gonna do for extra is I'm gonna do the queso from Torchy's. I know you guys have probably heard Sole and others talk about
Yeah.
Torchy's. Their queso's stupendous. I eat it and feel horrible afterwards, but it's worth it every minute while eating it. So I will go with that. I really want to think of a good drink, but I'm gonna think about it. So those are my answers. Again, Kelly, I want to hear yours, especially with what you got up there where you are in Washington. But anyway, Ryan, you
My
want to go?
turn now?
Sure.
I think for entree, I'm gonna completely sidestep burger like Clint did here, but for entree, since I've been talking about this and we didn't get to go to San Diego this year, and for the second year in a row I don't get any, I want some adobada tacos. There's a place called Tacos El Gordo in San Diego, and if you've never had adobada, it changed my life in 2018. Would you say that? It was
Wow.
so good. And the fact that we have no good Mexican restaurants here in Hawaii, yes, I want me some tacos. And shout out to Boston, Oh My Gatos, because we're always talking about that on his stream. And he likes to poke fun at me. He's like, oh yeah, you know what we're gonna have today? Adobada. I'm like, screw you, dude. You're a dick. All right. So moving on from that, fries or sides, I would say either the Cane's fries, because I didn't really think about that until Joey brought it up, although the waffle fries also sound really good from Chick-fil-A. I'm probably going to side more on that because I can get Cane's fries right now. I'd rather go with something, since we're talking about adobada, with things that I cannot get. And for drink, I would go with an orange bang. I don't know if you guys have ever had that before. No?
I've seen Bang energy drinks, but I've never.
I don't know how to quite explain it. They actually have this over at Tacos El Gordo as well, which was very surprising to me. It's an orangey type drink. We have it at our local fast food place, Zippy's, as well.
It's not like an Orange Julius, is it?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So it's just like a Orange Fanta type of thing?
Not really. I mean, I'm gonna.
Or
Have
is
to
it
look
more
this up.
more like Sunny D type of? I'm trying to figure out what kind of
I
orange
know.
he's talking about.
I like
It's-
purple stuff.
This to me, it's orange juice, Sunny D, which is different, more like a punch almost, and then like Fanta orange.
It's
I'm trying to
different.
figure out what kind of.
It's different from all of those. I'll have to try and look
So
it
like
up and
the-
explain it.
Is
Google
it
it.
like the McDonald's orange drink that you used to get at like sports day, where it just comes in, it's just like orange syrup and water? No.
No, it's nothing like that. It's really good though. Either
Yeah.
that or, since I'm talking about stuff that I don't get out here, maybe horchata. Horchata I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Horchata. I gotta do it right for Manny. Otherwise he's gonna get mad that I'm pronouncing it wrong. And for an extra, maybe McDonald's apple pie.
Ooh,
That sounds kind of
that's a
good.
good choice.
Yeah. How about you, Nate? What do you think?
See, when we talk fast food, I never thought to have like an entree, an appetizer for fast food. But I think I'd have to agree it would be like some kind of fried cheese. Like no matter, fried cheese is just so good. So any mozzarella stick or anywhere. But entree, something I've been craving for a very long time that I have not had because there's no Sonics up here, would be, there's a burger at Sonic that I remember. It's instead of a regular bun, it's like 2 grilled cheese sandwiches. So it's 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, and then inside is like a burger patty, and it's
Wow.
like the greatest thing in the world.
You have
I've
my
had that at
attention.
other
Keep going.
places, but I've never seen Sonic offered. Is it one of those like secret menu items you have to tell them to do?
It's been a while since I've been there.
So is it actually 2 sandwiches? So 4 slices of bread, and in between that is a burger?
Yes. You've
Yeah.
never
I mean,
had
I-
those before at
Oh,
places
it's so good.
where they use grilled cheese sandwiches for the bun?
Yeah, it's
No,
grilled cheese
I-
sandwiches as the bun.
Yeah.
I'm having trouble figuring out how to put that in my mouth.
I had at
When
the
there's a will-
Choice words, Clint. Choice words.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. At the Atlanta airport of all places, there was a place that served a burger that was so it had the grilled cheese sandwich buns, a burger patty, brisket.
Oh,
There was something else, maybe a slice of ham, and then half a link of sausage on it.
And a fried egg, probably, right? Like they probably tossed an egg.
quail egg.
It may
Fried
have.
quail
It
egg.
may have had a fried egg now that you mention it,
Gotta
but
be fancy.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like those
but
crazy Bloody Marys that they have, right? You have like
No.
this concoction,
They come
and
with
then
a
on the
burger on
side,
it.
yeah, it comes with a burger on it or something. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
The
little
whole roasted
slider.
chicken. Yeah.
Or like a fried chicken wing or something.
Oh, sliders. It made me think of White Castle or Crystal. I don't know if y'all have either one of those.
Nope. White Castle
had
is
a-
an East Coast thing, I think, right?
More so, yeah.
I've only been to one. I don't remember where it was, but we had back home a place called Tasty Donuts. Excuse me. And they made those little slider burgers just like White Castle and Crystal and all them do, but it was also a donut place. So like
nice.
that was the late night place to go eat after a night out of adulting. Was to go there and get your fill of donuts and tasty slider burgers.
After doing your taxes and talking to
Yes,
and
yes.
Yeah.
Dang, what about
After
a donut
putting the
burger?
kids to sleep.
Did
Oh,
they
I've
ever
seen
use-
that. I've never had one.
I've done the
had one,
donut
but I've
burger.
seen them.
They're not I didn't love it. It just didn't feel right.
I'm just thinking that place would have done it though, considering that they're known
Oh,
for
I'm sure they
donuts
did.
and their sliders.
I don't remember that. Being
Oh, with
an
a slider,
option.
that's a different story.
It could
Yeah.
work.
Slider burgers.
By the
That
way,
sounds
if you guys ever want to
incredible.
see somebody actually enjoy their food on film, Harold and Kumar, when they finally get to White Castle, like you can feel the love for what they earned, and they
Is that-
deserve that meal.
Is that a Colorado drug reference at all?
Oh, it could be, sure. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. That will get them both out of the way.
Double.
But
down.
no, it's amazing. Like I watched that and I'm like, I wasn't hungry, but now I am, kind of thing. So anyway, I'm hungry now. By the way, Ryan, Nate, I think you need to answer if Ryan's done.
What else do we got? Drink. I'd say. Do you know those like they have them at the theaters here, but they've got like the Coke, all the brands of different things that Coke make, and you can just like select and mix and match.
Oh yeah, there's a name for it. I can't think of it.
Yeah, but yeah, it'd be like mixing like a bunch of Fanta flavors together is like the greatest thing ever.
Fanta, don't you want? Okay.
Just a little bit of everything. So I love that for a drink. Fries. Joey's definitely right about the McDonald's fries, but also I don't know if it's the Taco Time that does it up here, but they do which Taco Time's like the Canadian equivalent of Taco Bell. They do like tater tots with like loaded tater tots. So it's like ground beef, you got sour cream, you got tomatoes and all that. So if I had to choose between those two, obviously I would go full fat ass and pick the loaded tater tots.
You wouldn't go
Napoleon.
half-ass, you'd go full fat ass. All right.
Yeah, full fat ass. And I dumped McDonald's fries on it. So let's go. Let's double down on it.
Make your own poutine.
Keep it going. Just
Exactly.
throw the cane sauce on it too while you're at it.
Yeah, poutine. Yeah, throw some cheese curds.
Some
and gravy on it.
Polynesian from Chick-fil-A and some whatever it was from McDonald's that Rick and Morty really liked.
Oh, the
Like,
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan sauce.
And the extra, I guess, for dessert, I would definitely go Dairy Queen. Like, just can't beat a Blizzard, honestly. If you're gonna
Or a peanut butter parfait.
you know what though? I almost want to put my fries and my Frosty that I didn't say together.
Oh no,
There you go.
No, you don't like that, Joey?
no! I think we've had
Fries
this
is
discussion.
not-
I
No.
forgot, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go,
Clint,
Kelly.
There you go, guys. Clint likes soggy fries.
It's
You don't sit there and like let it soak in there and
Yeah,
soak
you
it up
just
until it
dip it
turns
in it.
brown.
I was trying to be funny, and apparently it didn't
Well,
work.
let me
Use
ask
it like
you
a
this.
spoon.
So do y'all, even though they changed fries, y'all still do it with the new fries? Those whatever.
I haven't been to Wendy's in a long time either, so I don't even know they had new fries. That's how I lose.
They used to have the thicker, chunkier fries. It was like
Right.
a less wide version of a steak fry, I guess is the best way to describe it. And now it's like, it seems like the whole thing of Wendy's fries is the bottom of McDonald's fries. Is what it tastes like, where it's just kind of those straggling, didn't quite make the cut type of French fries, size wise and shape wise.
It's unfortunate. Wendy's, if you're listening, please bring us back the old fries.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just for
Wendy's,
Joey's.
friend of the show.
Wendy's. Yeah. So I guess kind of what really sparked this conversation was when we brought up the topic about food was we wanted to get different food opinions. And the reason why is because I initially thought one of these guys was going to say something about having their steak well done and enjoying it. And I was going to ridicule them for like an hour and a half about how that's disgusting. But I think everyone here is they're smarter about that.
Okay,
Right.
so my life, like my age and the way I take my steak has been like on an opposite trajectory. Like when I was younger and didn't know any better, I was just ordering like my mom did. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll take it well done.
Ugh.
And then I was like, no, that's, I've had somebody's that's not cool. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me get, medium well. And, I've gone down. If it's somebody that I know, like if I went over to Nate's, I would probably say, hey, cook that steak medium rare. But if I go to a restaurant, I usually err on the side of let me get it medium. just in case they mess it up one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? So I just usually kind of go for the middle because I don't want to order medium rare and they go way too rare.
It still moves at you. Yeah.
Right. So I just usually go medium in a restaurant, but I'll usually go medium well if I'm at, somebody's house and, trust them. Or a really nice restaurant. I don't know. Like the nicest steak restaurant I've ever probably been to is a Ruth's Chris, which is a chain, but it's a very small chain. I don't know if y'all have any of those.
We do.
It's a pretty large chain, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
for people that have...
We have 4 in Hawaii.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They got in a lot of trouble with the PPE loan stuff too. So everyone knows who they are.
True. So for people that have never been there, it's like one of those places where you have like 10 people hovering around your table at all time doing something. Like there's like that one person, which you only get at fancy restaurants. That's basically a crumb catcher. Like they have this little. Well, I had a friend in college that worked at a very nice New Orleans restaurant, and that was what he started off as. And this little metal thing that they give you, and that's literally all your job is to go around the table and get all the crumbs off of it. But like if I go to a nice place like that, I can definitely order medium well and feel confident that they're going to actually do it right.
I won't order anything higher than a medium. Period.
I cringe when people ask for steak sauce though while I'm at restaurants,
especially at a nice place. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because my sister-in-law got married and we went to one of the nicer restaurants around here to eat. And somebody from her new in-law side of the family was like, yeah, you got any A1? Or I was like, oh, why? Because their steaks are not cheap. I mean, it's not like it's a cheap steak place. It's like, $36, $38 for, an 8-ounce filet mignon or something like that. I'm like, what? Why are you going to do that?
Yeah.
No.
Again, ketchup's even worse, but I agree with you.
That's the worst.
My wife loves ketchup. She put it on pretty much anything.
With a steak, though? With an axe? I'm not saying with a hamburger.
No, not at a restaurant like that.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But it's the condiment we go through the quickest in this house.
Well, Ava would be happy if that was her whole meal, but, it's not the case. So.
A cup of ketchup for dinner.
Seriously, she'd be fine with it.
Yeah, Brian, judging from you, I'm pretty sure you medium rare guy.
Me? Yeah. Straight medium rare. But I do have to add to this since we're talking about like the steak mooing and stuff. I actually do have a friend, if he goes out to eat with us and they ask him, how do you want your steak? He's like, I want it blue.
Wow.
Like, he's like, take that, sear it, 5 seconds, bring it to my plate.
And see, I can't go that.
That's crazy. The first time I ate with him,
go that caveman.
His name's Chris. He's like, yeah. And like the waiter was like, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, I said I want my steak blue.
Have you tried it? Has he ever offered you a bite?
No. It's a little bit too rare for me.
I'd want to try it, but I'd have a feeling I'd spit it out because it feels like it'd still be cold.
You'd probably get sick because your body's not used to it.
Yeah.
If you're used to eating raw meat, because that's basically what that is, I mean, you'd be fine. But if it's your first time having it, you almost guarantee. Because it doesn't need to be on there that long to kill the bad stuff that's on it.
Right.
Probably what Ryan was describing is probably, maybe borderline, what you need to do it. But it's still just a matter of eating raw meat.
Yeah, I have a buddy that does the same way. And I remember one time he ordered it, and I'm pretty sure the waiter was like, we can't do it for like 5 seconds and take it off the grill. Like there are laws with cooking food that you have to get it to a certain point before we can take it off the grill. So like we'll do it as best we can, which is also another funny story. When we go out to dinner, one of my friends works she works for the Keg, and she's like an accountant for the Keg, so we get like 40% off. So MC and I, we go with her a lot, and we eat there over the last 10 years way too much steak. But whenever Mike orders the prime rib, he started asking for a cold plate because they put the plates on the warmers to keep the plate warm, because like you have a warm steak. So he wants a rare slice of prime rib. When the prime rib gets to him, because it's on a hot plate, it cooks it. So he's just like, no, I want it on a cold plate. And we relentlessly make fun of him for that. Because it's like, how
for saying that though.
He is.
I actually was impressed. Yeah.
Well, see, like Ruth's Chris, like I think they take that into account, because I remember the couple of times I've been there, they butterfly a lot of their steaks, and I think you have to ask them not to. Maybe I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've been there, but like that's one of the things about them. They bring you the steak and they let it kind of almost finish cooking on the hot plate that they, that they bring it to you on.
Well, then there's this place that'll bring you the stone, and it cooks right in front of you.
Oh yeah.
So it's also that I actually think Gipsy's pretty smart for doing that.
Yeah.
If he wants it a
First
certain
time
way.
anyone said that about him.
Mark it down.
Hello,
On this
Michael.
day.
I stand by my call.
Here's a side question then, since we're
Yeah.
we're all talking about steak here. What is your preferred cut that you want to go out? So say we'll use Joey's example. We go to Roots Chris or a good steakhouse. What is the cut of steak that you'd want?
Either filet or New York strip.
See, I'm all about prime rib or any fillet.
Nate?
Yeah. Rib steak, like a good T-bone for me. Yeah.
I would probably go ribeye. That's just
I wouldn't
normally
argue.
my go-to
If
there.
somebody handed me a well-cooked ribeye, I wouldn't tell you, fuck off. I'd eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
The other fun thing when you're at Roots Chris is when somebody orders a tomahawk. Have you guys seen this?
Yes.
And they
Love
bring out the
tomahawk
entire
steaks.
bone. I've actually seen a guy
So good.
going to town eating the steak like a caveman. It's the
Like Fred
funniest shit.
Flintstone style.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
like-
but you figure too, this is happening at a fine dining establishment like Roots Chris, right? And the guy's just like holding it, like, oh, meat, eat now, ah. Good shit.
Kind of funny. Like that was the last meal that I had out before COVID. Was we went to a pretty good, really good steakhouse, and we had the tomahawk steak, and that was like the last meal that I had out in public at a restaurant. Was back in March. I went to Atlas Steakhouse, and it feels like honestly like a lifetime away. But I've promised myself when it's safe to do so, that will be the first restaurant I return to when I can.
I have a feeling you won't be the first or the only one doing that.
Yeah.
I was holding out hope that things would get reopened by my birthday, which is coming up later this month, but it doesn't look like that. So looks like we're having dinner.
Well,
at home.
well, I guess Nate didn't, but Joey and I had to be inside for our birthday, so you have to suffer too.
Screw you, man.
No, I got to go outside. I got to go out.
Yeah, you want to hike and stuff, right? You want.
Oh, I meant like just normal life stuff.
Oh,
Like we had to have contractions, whatever.
What are you
Um,
pregnant now? Contractions?
Yeah, I realized I was saying that wrong as I was saying it, but you get constrictions. That's what I was saying. Anyway, let's go on.
We're at
what else
Austin's
we got
question.
here? Austin, ham or turkey? We've done this one for sure. I remember this one absolutely. I stick by ham. That's it.
It
Turkey.
depends.
Yeah, I agree. It
depends.
depends.
If we're coming down to it and we're talking about like Thanksgiving leftovers, for example, and you've got ham or turkey, the next day I'm going to go with ham. Day of, I'm going to go with turkey. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but
Totally.
if I've got to warm it up to make a sandwich out of it, I'm going with ham.
Yep, I agree with that.
To me, the turkey dries out no matter how you try to do it. Because I know there's like the wet paper towel trick that you can put over it so the paper towel moisture gets absorbed instead of the meat. But ham's so moist, it can do with getting dried out a little bit.
Right.
But day of, I'm going to go with some juicy turkey over ham.
Yeah. I don't know why. I've just never been a big fan of turkey. No matter how well it's cooked or how good it's cooked, it's just turkey has never been my thing.
I think the only time I eat is at Thanksgiving.
I'm wondering, like, if you're going to an Asian restaurant, just like a typical like Americanized Asian restaurant where it's got a little bit of everything, mainly Chinese and Japanese. What is y'all's go to? Like, what are you going to get off the menu when you order? Like, what are your favorite dishes to get at that type of restaurant?
What type was it? I'm sorry, I responded to Austin.
Either Chinese or Japanese restaurant, what would your go-to dish be? That's a tough one, Joey. I'd have to think about that a little bit.
I feel like anytime I do Japanese though, it's always sushi.
Yeah.
Like always sushi. Like I don't really get anything else, despite there being other good food there. That's why I don't want to have a great answer.
We
for
usually
this.
just get like a little bit of everything and then split it. Like usually we'll get a roll and maybe share a couple of pieces. I always get like some kind of combination fried rice if it's available. Like usually if it's got like either chicken or shrimp in it, or sometimes there's a place we go to that has both. Like it's their house fried rice, they call it, and it'll have shrimp and chicken in it. But then like egg rolls, sushi roll, and then the fried rice, if it's got a meat in it, I can usually fill up on that. Like I don't usually have to have some other kind of protein on top of that.
It's a lot of rice there.
Oh yes, I love it. A lot of starch,
good.
starchy starch.
down into your belly.
That's,
Yes,
That's the way
exactly.
of life for us out here in Hawaii. right?
Mhm.
Rice is our staple.
I-
That's like our potatoes.
Oh man, I'm so sad. The one place that we had out here that served poke, which I mean, it's not. Don't get me wrong, it's nothing like going to Hawaii and getting poke, but it closed down for COVID and didn't even open back up for like
no.
takeout type stuff. But I had just discovered it. I had never had poke before, and now every time we go out of town, that's like a place I look for. Like, oh, do they have a place that serves poke? And it's like,
Oh, nice.
I gotta give Joey a lot of kudos. He pronounces it right. It's poke.
Yeah, he did
Pokey.
it.
Because some people, they right? No, so really,
It's like Pokemon, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
what's like
drives
pho?
me nuts.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
That's exactly what
Yes.
popped in my
Yeah,
head. Was
it's like
pho.
pho.
Exactly the
Pho,
right
right, too.
pronunciation. So very good for that.
Which is also delicious.
Yes.
I need to try
very
some. They have a place where
Real-
my college is that serves some. I need to go try it one day.
I'd say
Joey,
if you
you'll
like
find these
ramen,
nuggets. It's
pho
good.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a noodle dish.
It's just a thicker noodle, isn't it?
It
It's
depends
just
on
it's
where
a
you go. Sometimes they'll do
noodle,
like
yeah.
house made noodles, so it's hand cut. So the dimensions
okay,
of
so
it
it's a
may
little bit-
vary, but it really depends.
It's delicious, though. That's why you see so many of those different restaurants popping up everywhere, because it's
Yeah.
so good that they can keep doing it.
Yeah, it's they typically have to simmer the broth for at least 18 hours in order for it to get to that flavor level. So it's very good.
The poke bowls remind me of like a deconstructed sushi roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah. By the way, we're recording this Sunday evening, and I am freaking starving.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I want to get for dinner now. I'm like, while Joey eats his pretzels.
Yes.
I know. I hope
Yeah, I
Joey has
think-
actually dinner after this, because pretzels aren't the same as everything we're talking about here.
Why don't we move on to Steph's
Chinese
question?
restaurants?
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no,
I mean,
we do have to answer that because that's actually a
Yeah.
really good question. So, Nate, how about we do this? For you being of Chinese ancestry, you do the Japanese restaurant.
Okay, yeah. I
and
can
then
do
I'll do the Chinese restaurant. So I'll go first. For Chinese
And
restaurant.
Joey and I will just watch.
Well, I mean, you guys can choose either which way,
I
but
already said my piece.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
But I think it's fair because, obviously, culturally, I eat a lot of Japanese food, especially with the fact I'm from Hawaii. So I think on the Chinese restaurant side, my go-to dish would actually be probably sweet sour pork. It's one of those things I always order, and I have to have it with some sort of noodle dish.
there you go.
And that can vary depending where we are.
So when you get the sweet and sour pork, the restaurants you go to, because I've had it both ways, do you usually get the one that's like fried, like battered, or do you get the one that's just more just the pork, like almost
traditional-
like a brisket type of pork?
The traditional way is the breading.
Oh, okay.
Fry it, and they wok fry it. I
Because we
correct me if I'm wrong, Nate, because you would know better than I do. But I think that's the traditional method for sweet sour pork is they pan fry it with, what is it, onions and carrots, if I recall.
Yeah, it's
correctly.
onions, carrots, some peppers.
Yeah, like green bell pepper.
Yeah, green
Yeah.
bell peppers.
Yeah.
Pineapple.
the reason I ask is
Sometimes.
because the first Chinese restaurant that I remember going to growing up, their sweet and sour pork was not fried and battered. It was like I was talking about. It was just like it was a cut of meat, but it was cooked with like a sweet and sour type flavor to it. So when I started branching out and going to other restaurants and I ordered the sweet and sour pork, I'm like, what is this? This is not.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's sweet and sour pork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to my knowledge, that is the traditional preparation method of it.
Come to Vancouver, I'll get you some good Chinese food.
We had sweet
That
sour pork when I ate with
Does
you.
not
Yeah,
sound right.
Yeah, when Ryan and I had lunch.
Yeah,
we had,
right.
Come to Canada for some good Chinese food.
They actually no. There's a lot of Chinese people in Canada, and I hear they have actually really good Chinese restaurants. So
Well, yes, but stereotypically, you think of Canada, the Chinese food isn't the first thing you come in your mind
Right,
when you think
no,
about
it's
something to eat.
We get poutine afterwards as dessert, all right? That'll make you feel better.
Is there a dessert
such-
version of poutine?
I was just gonna ask, is that a real thing?
So I have not
But
seen
like,
that yet.
you could get now you got to think about this like fried dough or something, and
It's like the
put,
Choco Taco debate.
exactly. Put whipped cream or ice cream on top of it, and
There you go.
dessert poutine, interesting.
Dessert. We should. Yeah,
I think-
that's interesting. That's something to.
that might be a dessert. That might be a podcast episode.
Maybe instead of fries, it's
or
just
that
rolled
title.
ice cream to look like
Yeah,
tubes instead of French fries.
exactly.
Might
I was
be
trying
an
to think of
interesting
something like
business
that,
to start.
We should do it. Dessert poutine.
It's trademarked already. It's set here first. We haven't recorded.
Yeah. This day, this time.
Yep. So
Dessert
what
poutine.
about you, Nate, for your Japanese restaurant entree? Or
I think it for me, it depends on like if I'm having it for lunch. Usually, I'll get a bento box just because there's like enough variety, a little bit of everything. But for dinner, obviously, if I'm feeling like sushi rolls, there's like just a bunch of staples of like rolls that we get out here that are specific to certain restaurants. That if we're ordering from one restaurant, we'll order specific rolls from there versus rolls from another place. But if we're for rice bowls, I think I would have to say if I had to pick one, it would probably be like some kind of katsudon. So some kind of like breaded pork or breaded chicken with rice, and it's just they do it in there's so many different ways. Like they've done it. I've had it with like curry, like Japanese curry with it. Had it with like the regular with like there's an egg. There's like special sauce or the katsu. It's just yeah. Nice
so is there a difference between that kind of curry and an Indian curry?
Yes, Japanese curry is very distinct as compared to Indian curry. I don't
less
care
spicy or more spicy.
Less.
Yeah, it's more sweet. It's a bit sweeter.
Yeah, sweet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Good answers.
It's a lot of food talk. I'm really hungry.
I think we're all hungry.
Yeah.
Apparently, Ava's hungry too.
But let's do one more quick question, and package a shout out as well. So shout out to Steph. It's her birthday this week. So the _Stephel, I think, on Twitter.
Happy birthday, Steph.
Wish
Yes,
her
happy birthday, Steph.
Happy birthday, Steph.
I think this is actually a big one for her too. It's like her 30th.
I was going to say 20th. Wow, Clint.
Yeah.
The only reason I know that is she said it. I wouldn't think it otherwise.
I'm still thinking it's 20th.
Yeah. Anyways, her question is, and this is the perfect one to end us off on this food discussion, is what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Oh, I thought we were going the other one. Hold on.
Yeah, there were two Steph questions. Right?
Yeah, there were two. Do you want to do both? We can do both.
Let's do. I want to talk burgers. Let's talk burgers.
Okay. Favorite burger and favorite ice cream flavor.
So, favorite burger, there's a restaurant, I may have talked about it before, that's near the campus of where I went to college at, so I can still go to it if I want to, but I haven't been there in a while. I can't think of what it's called right now off the top of my head. I should have looked it up. But it's a cheeseburger, but they put their house-made mozzarella sticks on it. So, yeah, so it's... And I want to say it's served on Texas toast, if I remember correctly. Now it's making me like, okay, I need to go back before work starts back up to go have one of these burgers. But that's probably my favorite burger that I've had is whatever that one is called, the one with the mozzarella cheese sticks on it.
Dang.
Sounds really good.
My stomach is like so angry with me right now.
Yeah, I'm in that boat too. To answer your question, Steph, the first one at least, Cherry Cricket is a local burger place here in Denver. They have 2 locations now. They have an amazing green chili burger that I love. And one thing I like about Cherry Cricket is you can you think of an ingredient, they have it available to put on the burger. And yes, that includes some weird obscure ones that
like crickets.
I was thinking the same thing.
Crickets.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Cherry crickets on that burger.
They probably would.
Cherries and crickets.
Yeah.
Or cherry crickets. They probably have both. That's my point. They have everything. So if you ever wanted to customize it with something, you could, but I never have. I always get it just as is. It's big burger, greasy. It's delicious and not something you can spoil yourself with all the time, but once in a while, you deserve a treat. Cherry cricket it is.
I mean, you could have it all the time, but then you'd have a heart attack.
Right. Well, I want to live past 40, so okay. Let's get there first.
Duly noted. Is it my turn now?
Sure.
Favorite burger? That's a tough one. I'm kind of teetering between like a teriyaki sauce burger, which is good, or I think I'd probably lean more to like a mushroom burger. So not like a portobello mushroom on the burger itself, but like sauteed mushrooms on it. On the burger.
That's how my wife used to eat her burgers, is sauteed mushrooms with. I don't remember if she got Swiss cheese or not, but that's usually kind of the staple cheese to go with those kind of burgers is Swiss cheese.
Yeah, mushroom burger. That'd be my.
I can't do it. The mushrooms just not a big fan.
You don't like mushrooms?
No, not really. No. Not at all. Let me take it that back.
Like, not at all?
If I accidentally eat one because it's in like a pizza or it's on something, I didn't realize it. It's not like I get totally grossed out, but it's not something I ever seek out on purpose to ingest.
Interesting.
Not even stuffed mushrooms.
It must be because it's fungus. I know some people that are just like completely weirded out by it because they're like, it's fungus. I'm not eating that.
Well, it's it's
ahead,
slimy to me. It's the same thing with okra. Like okra is a big staple down here in Southern cooking.
No.
Everybody wants to put it in their gumbo and fry it and eat it.
Right.
Just the okra itself, and I'm pickled and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, I just don't like. It's just too slimy. It also actually looks like it's got little hairs on it, kind of like anchovies do, where they look like they're little hairy fish. I just don't do that.
Okay, my stomach is happier now that you're talking about okra. Like, yeah, I don't want to eat that.
Awful
That's
food.
fine.
What's your go-to burger, Nate? Do they
if I
have
had
a
to pick
restaurant
one-
that's got an angry Nate? Do you have a burger named after you?
I don't. I
Not
should.
yet.
We should do it at our dessert poutine place that we're opening up. We'll also serve burgers and mushrooms
And pineapples.
Gross. I'm out.
and
I'm
okra
out. All together.
all together. And
Yeah. No.
that's what's in Clint's smoothie. Is that the smoothie
Ugh.
he drinks? He's just all blended together.
That's why it's brown.
I hope not.
Ruined smoothie.
It's not brown. It's like, never mind. It's orange or not orange. It's purple. I need to learn my colors. This brings up a question that I want to know. Pickles, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Depends.
God, no.
Really? What's it depend on? And sorry, not to be judgmental. What does it depend on?
First of all, are you asking about just in general, or are you talking about on a burger?
Yes. I was talking about in general.
In general, I definitely will always say yes to fried pickle circles, but I've had places that fry a spear, and to me that's too much pickle and not enough fried on it. But
Gotcha.
I'll eat like a sweet baby gherkin. I can just eat those straight out of the jar.
Wow. See, I'm with Nate. No pickle ever on anything.
And then on the burger,
pickles.
it depends. It just depends if it's like one of those things of, oh, okay, it's got pickles on it, that's fine. Or sometimes I'll just randomly be like, no,
Sure.
I don't put any pickles on it. I'm just weird like that, I guess. It's
I like
not a
pickles.
consistent thing.
I like them.
It seems like everyone you like them or you hate them. There's not like an in between.
There's no in
You
between.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will agree. Don't fry the whole spear though, because one, not enough breading, and then secondly, that's very dangerous to try and eat. If you eat it right when it comes out of the fryer, you'll burn your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna,
Speaking
yeah.
from experience, guys, by the way, had that happen.
Wait, Nate, did you answer the burger question?
I was about to, and then I got sidetracked by making.
Sorry.
Burger. One of my favorite burgers of all time. I love a burger from Red Robin's, the Royal Red Robin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got a fried egg on it. What more can you ask for? And unlimited steak fries.
No,
Red
yeah,
Robin's.
that's the one.
That's the one.
Red Robin actually has really good shakes too.
Yes,
Just so
and they have matzo sticks. My God, it's like
Now I'm hungry
Best
for Red
restaurant
Robin.
ever.
they have pizza or they have beer shakes, which are awesome too. That's if I could celebrate St. Patrick's Day, I'd be getting the Guinness shake at Red Robin. Anyway,
Who is Red Robin? Is he listening? Because if he is,
well, Red Robin is actually a Colorado company, so
oh no way.
Yep.
You work for them, Clint?
I have applied for them numerous times, but then,
Oh no way.
but then we moved farther away, so I quit trying.
Oh,
We don't have one anywhere near here.
Ooh.
Like not even like, oh, we're taking a day
Sadness.
trip to such and such, which is an hour and a half away type city. Don't even have them there. Yeah, it is a
That's
pretty
bad.
big sadness.
We don't have Red Robin out here either.
double
So-
sadness.
Listen, people. All right, let's do our last question. I
cream.
want to eat. Let's wrap this up. Come on.
Ice cream, soy sauce, vanilla ice cream.
I was gonna actually
Done.
say that as a smartass answer and
night.
say I'll go last, but I think
Nate
I
ruined
feel
it.
like we've
I ruined
answered
it.
this before because we were talking
feel
about
like we
like
have
what
to.
toppings and everything. So
We've
I'm,
probably talked about.
yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna say vanilla ice cream, and I would like strawberry topping on it. That's my answer.
That's a good answer.
Plain vanilla ice cream is the most Ryan answer of all answers that can be given.
But I said with strawberry topping because that's the way I like it. Most of
Put
the
a put a twist on it.
time. Yeah.
They've got a little small chain of frozen custard places around here called Eskimos, and they have one where they add in like it's not actual Bailey's, but it's got like that Bailey's Irish cream taste to it. So it's like
Sounds
their
really
base
good.
vanilla, and then they add that to it, and that's pretty fantastic.
My favorite ice cream place here is called Sweet Action. I just like saying it because it's a fun name and
Sweet action.
all about that sweet action. But If I had to pick an ice cream flavor, I'd go chocolate chip cookie dough because, as I mentioned before, I love chocolate chips. And Ryan actually does bring up a good point with vanilla because something like that, you can always add extras to it to make it more delicious to your taste.
Absolutely. Kind of funny you guys bringing up ice cream today. Is we was with my family a bit earlier, and we ordered dessert from this place called Yum Sweet Shop, and they do these crazy ice cream sandwiches. So it's like donut ice cream sandwiches. They do like the cookie ice cream sandwiches. So I'm gonna have one later after I figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner, which is probably everything at this point after this episode's done recording. But if I had to pick one flavor, I'd have to say mint chocolate chip. It's just something that I've loved since I was a kid and never had a bad mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Okay, one last quick question before we move on, because I have to know, because I just thought about this, because I'm thinking about doing it right now. Has anybody ever gone to a restaurant and had dessert for their meal?
No.
Because I have.
No.
I'm guilty.
I think I told you guys the story of my friend's dad that did that at the Cheesecake Factory. But anyway, go on.
Yeah, you have. I recall.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, I've on two separate occasions. One time I went and had cheesecake it's not Cheesecake Factory, it's Cheesecake Bistro. Is one of the ones around here, and I just had a big, huge slice of cheesecake. It's called the Neapolitan, I think, or the Napoleon, one of those, and it's plain New York style cheesecake, but it's got a slice of pound cake on each side of it with whipped cream.
Dangerous.
So I've had that as a meal, and then there's a place around here called Log Cabin, and they have one of those skillet brownies. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a big, huge brownie. But it's not the brownie, it's the blondie is what it is.
It's like a deep dish thing kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's a huge brownie and it's still cooking on a hot skillet when it comes out, and they usually put the ice cream on it, and then they'll pour usually some kind of sauce on it, like either a hot fudge or a caramel sauce or something like that. Yeah. So I'm guilty of that. I was just wondering if I was the only one. Apparently I'm the true fatty that's actually had dessert for a meal before.
Let me rephrase that. I don't recall doing it, but it sounds like something I would do.
Yeah, the same. Yeah, I think it's like if I've been at a point where I had too much lunch, and I want to have dinner, but all I want is just a bowl of ice cream, and I'll do like if that counts, then yes, I have. But I haven't been like, man, I'm so hungry, I'm gonna eat a whole cheesecake. Like I've never done that. So
it's one of the greatest things about.
But that's a good point. So Joey's question was originally dessert, then dessert. But have you eaten just dessert? That's a different. That's
what I'm talking about. I've eaten just dessert. I've also gone to a restaurant and eaten dessert first as an appetizer. I've done that a few times before too.
Right. All right.
Hey, quick question, Clint. What nationality are your parents?
It's getting personal, and honestly, I don't know the exact answer. I know we have like Irish, French, English, and
that's ethnicity,
Scottish,
pal. Nationality.
Okay, good. That should work.
Cool.
It's ethnicity.
You'll find out.
Nationality.
What did he ask?
No, he asked nationality.
They're American.
Exactly.
They're American. All right.
Sorry, that's a peeve of mine. It's
I figured Joey put that together. He didn't need to know that part.
Yeah.
Anyway,
secretly Canadian.
Real quick, Pablo from the Nerd Portraits podcast also asked the burger question. So thank you for that too, Pablo. We didn't want to forget you. It's just Steph's birthday kind of overshadowed it all. But so there you go, burgers. I like that question. I always want to ask that question to guests and stuff, like the pineapple question. But anyway, let's move on because my tummy's gonna start talking to you guys.
Start eating my hand soon. So yes.
So Joey, what time is it?
It's game time. This week's game is called What You Cooking? It Spells Fantastic.
Oh, so I thought you were going to say good looking. I was like, hey.
He wouldn't have been talking to you, so.
I know, but I want to know who he was talking to.
Himself. He's looking at a
None
mirror.
of y'all. So
fair enough.
I don't need a mirror. I can literally see myself on screen just like you can, but okay. So it's spelling bee time again. So you're going to choose a number 1 through 8. And then you're going to choose from one of the following categories: Italian, Hispanic, or French. And then you're going to have to spell the name of the dish correctly for 10 points.
Oh my God.
No loss of points if you're incorrect. And I do have a tiebreaker just in case at the end of the 24 rounds we are tied up. And I apologize in advance to any of our Italian, Hispanic, or French heritage people that if I mispronounce anything, although I'm half Italian, half French myself. So I can just be ashamed of myself, but I apologize if I mispronounce the Hispanic stuff. So again, you pick a category, Italian, Hispanic, or French food, and then a number 1 through 8. I give you the word. You got to spell it. You get it correct, 10 points. You get one letter wrong, 0 points, but you don't lose any. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
Are we ready?
I guess.
Quick
Guys ready?
question
We're gonna be.
before we start.
Uh-huh.
Can we try to type the word and visualize it, or do we just have to straight up in our own heads? I just want to make sure that we're not cheating here.
Sure.
I think you
I'll
got to
allow
just
it.
straight.
Okay.
You can type it
I'll
out.
allow you to type it out if you want to.
Oh,
but
all right.
Not into Google.
but not into
Right,
anything
right.
that'll
No.
spell check it for you.
Yeah,
I have
not
a
into
notepad open. I'm not worried about that. Well, besides it'd be Spanish anyway, or a
Yeah.
different language. But
Hey, Google Translate, man. I use that every single day.
All right. Ryan,
I'm expecting 0
All right.
points on this. Anyway,
you were up first.
Let's do Hispanic, and we'll just start with number 1.
Okay, Hispanic number 1. Your word is quesadilla.
Quesadilla. I'm typing it in the private chat so I can visualize it here. Okay, quesadilla. Quesadilla.
Very good. That's exactly correct for 10 points. Clint, you're next.
French for 1.
French for 1. Your word is coq au vin.
I'm glad I didn't get that.
Oh shit! Is it okay? COQVIN.
You had everything except for the middle because it's coq au vin. So there's
V as
an
in?
AU. AU
Damn it.
means with in French. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
what is it? Beef with wine, I think is what it directly translates. It's no, chicken with wine. I'm sorry, coq au vin is chicken with wine is what it means in French. So that was not correct.
All right.
Here we go. Nate,
Let's go Italian for 1.
Italian for 1, tiramisu.
I see Google on your glasses.
Yeah. TIRAMISU.
That is correct for 10 points.
So screwed.
Ryan, we are
Google. I'm just kidding.
Ryan, we're back to you, brother.
Okay. Hispanic number 5.
Hispanic number 5, chile relleno.
What was the second word?
Relleno.
CHILE space REYYANO.
No, relleno is RELLENO.
Yeah,
Yeah,
relleno. Okay, gotcha.
yeah. The double Y is the yeah sound. All right, Clint, time to get on the board.
Let's do 2 for in French.
Escargot.
Oh, that one is going to come up. Sorry, I thought of a really stupid dad joke with that. Why'd the snail paint an S on his car so people would say, "Look at that escargot"? Anyway,
Stupid. It's actually pretty funny, but stupid.
No, I agree. It's insane.
Minus points.
Yeah.
Right. And I that would be appropriate. I can't even spell
stalling,
English, never less
dude.
French. I'm typing it out. All right, this is wrong, but I'm gonna go with it. ESSCARGOTE.
Ooh, too many S's and there's no E on the end.
I wasn't sure about the E in the end. Okay, all right.
Yeah. All righty, Nate, you're up.
Let's go Italian for 2.
Minestrone.
Ugh. I feel like it's one of those trick ones.
Oh, this one I don't think it is. Of course, don't listen to me. I have 9 points.
Don't help him.
MINASTRONI.
No, MINESTRONE.
Oh, I had that one written down right. I'm
Minestrone.
surprised. Yeah.
Minestrone.
Yep.
Wow.
Minestrone sounds like a game that's free with Xbox this month. All right,
Only on Game
Ryan.
Pass.
Yeah, only in Game Pass. I almost said that. Ryan, you're up.
Let's go to Italian now. I'll do number 8.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella.
I think I could get that one.
Maybe. Shit. Maybe that's not it.
Some of these just make you second guess yourself.
Yeah, you
All
just,
of them make us second guess ourselves.
Motzarella.
No, there's no T in it. It's a double Z.
Ah! F me.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Clint?
I'm going 3. Italiano, please.
Ciabatta.
Delicious.
Yeah, I can eat it like a champ.
Choice words, Clint.
Considering what you said earlier, yeah.
You said it, not me, so choice words.
It's going to be wrong, but I'm going to go with it. Chubatta.
Ciabatta.
You guys are getting all this stuff that I know how to spell.
Yeah, I got that one.
I know how to spell both your last ones, so it makes sense.
Nate.
Let's go French for 6.
Beignet.
Beignet.
Very good. That's correct.
We ordered some today. So
Oh, I love some good beignets.
So you're looking at your receipt or what?
yeah.
Cheater.
Cheater.
Right.
I didn't say that. I just said he's looking.
Hispanic, number 2.
Huevos
Used, hasn't it?
rancheros.
Huevos rancheros is... Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I'm missing a letter. Juevosrancheros. Huevos rancheros.
It's a H, not a J
Yeah.
that starts
I was like,
that one
what?
off.
Are you serious?
It's not like
It is?
jalapeno where it's a J. Yeah.
F me again. Jeez.
You're asking for it twice in one night. You're getting
Yep.
needy over there.
I'm
All right,
getting
Clint.
gangbanged
Oof.
now. Jeez.
Oh, gosh. Please.
I'm
Please
going to go
super
3
call.
in French. Why not?
Quiche.
Oh, Quishe.
One more time.
Quishe.
C-H.
It is C. Damn it. My spelling's atrocious. Oh,
F
well.
you.
All right.
Nate.
All right.
Let's go French for 5.
Souffle.
Souffle.
Very good. That's exactly correct. So halfway through, Nate's in the lead with 30. Ryan is in second with 10. And Clint is bringing up the rear with Ryan points.
I just want to get
Ryan.
one right.
Yeah, Ryan, kick off the second half for us.
Let's do Hispanic, number 8.
Chilequiles.
Chile.
I hope they hear the typing on the recording.
Yeah, it's a lot of ferocious typing going on.
Yeah.
Chilequilles.
Ooh, no, it's Chilaquiles. A double L would have made a Y sound.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Clint, let's
Italian
try to get
4.
on the board. Huh?
Yep. Italian 4, please.
Muffalata.
What the what?
Muffalata.
You're going to do what to him?
It's a Italian sandwich with ham and like an olive mix type thing.
This is what, number 4 you said?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to keep track. I've
Big
never heard
thing
this
in
word
New
before,
Orleans.
ever.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've heard of this dish.
Oh, no, I definitely I know what it is. It's not going to be
Spelling is...
right. Say it one more time. I'm just going to see if I can do any phonetics with it.
Muffalata. Or muffaletta, as somebody pronounced it.
Muffletta.
Ooh, you forgot the U between the F and the L.
Oh.
I would have thought that would have been an A.
Muffuletta.
I thought it was going to be an A between the letters.
Nate,
Let's go French. And is 4 available? I think 4 still available for French, right?
it is
French for 4.
ratatouille.
I knew this was going to come up.
Sounds like patootie.
Ratatouille.
Nate is
Wow.
killing it. That is correct.
Yeah. Well done.
I think Clint was looking to see if he had a ratatouille ribbon
I did.
pop back there.
No, I was looking to see if I
Looking on my
had.
wall.
I wanted to look at the spelling on the DVD case behind me. That says
Oh,
word.
Okay.
I have my Remy at work. It's on my work desk, so I haven't seen him in a
Oh,
while.
nice. Collecting dust, bro.
Ryan.
Hispanic number 3.
Chorizo.
CHORIZO. Chorizo.
Very good. That is correct.
That time I didn't even type it out. I was just like, yeah, okay. I know
Nope,
this.
you didn't.
I know this.
We witnessed
Clint.
it.
Clint.
You know what? I'll do 4 for Spanish. Why not? Or for Hispanic, excuse me.
Guacamole.
Mole, 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 mole.
That's not right. I suck at this game.
We suck again.
I always suck. This is a new.
Choice words, Clint. It came out of your mouth again.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not arguing it. Oh, I'm wasting time.
Yes, you are.
Just a minute. GUAC AMOLLE.
Oh, why'd you put
Oh.
the extra L in there?
L.
That would
You
have been
gotta
a
remember
lie.
It's just one.
One
yeah,
L.
because if it was 2 L's, it would be guacamole.
Did I spell it right otherwise?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one extra L in there.
Okay.
That's what's
So close.
that's what's gonna happen, Clint, is you're gonna take the L, that extra L.
Ooh.
I don't see you coming back, but okay.
Nate.
Let's stick with French. Let's go 7.
Creme brulee.
CREMEBRULE.
No, there's 2 E's on the end of creme brulee. Or at least the spelling I got was.
I think that's correct.
2 E's on the brulee,
Let's
No,
double check.
2
Let's see if
L's,
it comes.
or 2 L's.
Yeah,
or
I
2
got
E's?
2 E's at the end too.
Did you look it up?
I put in Google, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
So, yeah, that's wrong. Sorry.
you
All right.
son of a bitch.
2 rounds left. Nate has 40. Ryan has 20. Clint still has Ryan. Here we go.
I
Ryan,
Ryan.
kick
Clint
us
has
off.
Ryan points. Let's do Hispanic number 6.
Empanada.
EMPANADA.
Correct. Clint.
Italian 5.
Vermicelli.
Just hearing you laugh beforehand didn't fill me with confidence.
Here's a hint, Clint. There's a Z somewhere in there.
Don't listen to him. There's no
Don't
silent
forget
C.
Don't forget the silent J to start the word.
There's 3 X's, right?
The lowercase J.
Yeah.
There's also
is one of
number
those-
4 in it.
Right, this is one of those upside down letters, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
With a tilde.
Yeah.
Total guess here. VERMICHELLE.
Oh, there's no H.
Oh, okay. Is that the only thing I missed?
Vermicelli.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay, great. I'm actually feeling better about this than I thought I would. So, all right.
Nate.
Let's close out French for 8.
Foie gras.
FOIGRAS.
FOIEGRAS. Yes.
Mother. I missed E's twice in both those words.
It's okay. You're still
In
winning.
both French words.
Yeah, but if you get this next one right and Nate misses,
Yeah.
you guys are tied.
Yeah, I do have a tiebreaker. All right, so what is left is Italian 6 and 7 and Hispanic 7. So, Ryan, choose
you
wisely.
can take
Close out
Hispanic
Hispanic. Yep.
it's working for him. I get why.
Paella.
What the what?
Paella.
Paella. Paella. Paella.
You put an I in there, and it does not exist.
Really?
Paella is paella. Clint, trying
Dang
to get
it,
yourself
'cause
on the board.
I'm thinking wrong phonetic structure because it's Spanish.
Ryan, would you take 7 or 8? Or I'm sorry, Nate, would you take 7 or 8?
It's only
I thought
6
only
and
6
7
or
for
7.
Italian.
Sorry, 6 or 7. Sorry, 6 or 7.
I'd take 7.
I'll take 6.
Fettuccine.
Fettuccine. I'm gonna regret that. I bet you know how to spell his. I know I'm gonna add an extra letter in here, but
You might want to do that.
yeah, I'm gonna add another extra letter in there.
Add on number 4, and you're fine.
Right.
Just I dare you to spell hot dog.
473. No.
F,
I dare you to spell hot
purple,
dog.
square.
Happy face. Fetticcinni.
No, Fettuccine.
Okay.
Nate, you got the last word.
All right.
Biscotti.
Biscotti.
No, I do know how to spell this anyway.
Shut up, Clint.
Biscotti.
That is
Damn it.
correct.
I thought he was going to
And
say one
Nate
T.
is our winner with 50. The tiebreaker would have been sauerkraut. You want to try to spell that one, Clint, to get yourself on the board?
Let's see if I can. I'm gonna put it in the personal, the private chat, so you guys can laugh at it.
He spells hot dog, folks. That's what he put in the chat. He put hot dog.
Maybe he puts it on his hot dog.
I actually did not, but I might as well have.
He spelt his last name Crockett. Is what
There
he
you go.
spelled.
That's my best guess.
Close. You missed the E.
Yeah, there's
It's
an E in there.
SAUERKRAUT. Sauerkraut.
All right.
That's the closest you got, though.
No, there's many that I put in one extra letter.
I was trying to make you feel
Just added
better.
a random letter.
Yeah.
That was fun, Joey. That's like 2 incredible games back to back. That
'cause you
are
won them
just a
both.
good spin. Did you ding the bell for your Ryan points?
I did lose the game, didn't I?
And Ryan
got
points
Ryan
mentioned.
points.
And someone said hot dog.
Yeah, and it wasn't me.
Yes.
I missed one or two during it.
That win was a bit of a punch out, if I do say so myself.
Well, my spelling, that boy ain't right.
How's those hemorrhoids feel, boys?
No, we keep forcing it.
Yeah, it's not me for a change.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
I'm
ever heard
hungry.
you
This is
mention
the dinner
Punch
bell.
Out,
Let's
Joey.
wrap this up.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever
I
heard
think
you
it's the
mention
first
that.
time Joey's
Yeah.
mentioned Punch Out. But thank you, Joey. That's a lot of fun. We truly enjoy your games. And Clint, that was a good effort. We applaud you.
Well, not in my defense. I can't spell in English either, so he could have given me like hamburger, and I probably would have screwed that one up. So
Yeah, there's a number 4 in there. That's why.
right.
true.
I always forget I always forget the ladybug at the end.
Heart
The poop
emoji.
emoji in the middle. Yeah.
That's right.
As always, thank you, Joey. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Hope you enjoyed this very bizarre, off the literally no real reason why we decided to talk about food for an hour and a half, but it's been wonderful, and we're all super hungry. So while we're at it here, just real quick, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Instagram at _Dorksmen. Also, Clint, you're probably streaming this week, right? Probably Tuesday or Wednesday, doing some retro games.
I don't know which one. I want to play some Splatoon, so come join us
There
if
you
you
go.
can.
Yeah, and Ryan will probably be doing some retro games on his own channel,
Mhm.
which he's been doing, which is a lot of fun. And of course, we'll be at Dorksman Game Night on Friday nights, 7 p.m. Kind of sandwiched in between the Sully streams will sandwich us on either side of that. So make sure you come hang out, join us, and have some fun. Yeah. Anything else anybody got before we wrap it up this evening?
I'm hungry.
It's a few weeks before our 1-year anniversary, guys. So we haven't decided exactly what we are doing yet for it. I would imagine maybe something similar to episode 50, a longer pre-party on Twitch to start, I'd imagine. But other than that, if there's any suggestions that you folks have, and I'm not talking about like Challenge the Dorksman type shit, okay? So we're not eating jelly beans or anything of the sort, but if there's anything in specific, maybe for the pre-party that you guys would like to see and kind of engage in with us, please let us know. Let us know on Twitter
In the episode.
or
Why
email
not?
us, Yeah. Or if there's some sort of topic that you'd like us to discuss on the episode itself as well, let us know.
Got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. All right. Well, thank you again, everyone, for tuning in this week. Yeah. And with that, that's my secret. I'm always angry.
I am high in sodium.
Word homies.
That's my secret. I'm always hungry.